Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? Me and Santa Claus want to wish y'all a happy Valentine's Day, happy birthday, whatever it is that's going on in your life right now. Hold on, let me try to do something with this light. That's too much goddamn light right now. Shit like that. Too much light. Fuck it. We're gonna put that bitch up. Fuck it. We're gonna put that bitch up. Give y'all the real news behind the news. Oh yeah, man. Today is a Thursday. Here in Freeport, the temperature just dropped almost 15 degrees in literally the last 30 minutes. If you don't like the weather in Louisiana, stay around. It gonna change in less than 5 minutes. But it's a good Thursday afternoon here in Freeport, Louisiana, February 17th, 2022. And let me get this up here. Let me do this, y'all. Give me a second, because I noticed. Hey, we got 2 people watching. Hey, Brother Lawrence, how you doing, man? Hey, what's happening, Brother Lawrence? Hey, Brother Lawrence has been a subscriber to this channel, a true champion for this channel since we've been here. Almost about what? We've been here about 4 years, but I have not been consistent enough. Matter of fact, let me cut that light back on, because that'll be what I'm looking for. Give me just a second, Brother Lawrence and everybody else, y'all. Let me go here and do this and do all that. Now, give me a second. I'm sharing this video to Facebook real quick. And we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff in a very brief time that I have. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. And I'm going to show you how you're being deceived if you're listening to the mainstream media, whether it be Fox, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, all these mainstream media corporations. Notice that word, because I'm going to eventually start showing y'all how your United States, the whole country of the United States, is really a ship, and how it is a corporation. And under maritime law, I'm gonna get deep, real fast for y'all over the next few episodes, which is gonna be over the next 4 or 5 days. So y'all really stay tuned to the real news behind the news, because the Creator is putting me in a point now where I can be faithful to this channel. Even if we don't get the support from this channel, the Creator is blessing me to be able to bring y'all the real news behind the news. Now, let's briefly talk about what's going on up there in Canada and how it affects you. Matter of fact, first and foremost, before we can say anything about what's going on in Canada, how it affects you, let's talk about Amnesty International, the one group that supports human rights, according to their charter, according to what we see. Amnesty International has come out publicly and said that Israel is an apartheid state. I'm not going to say no more. You all want to do the research on that, and then when I do another video, if you got your comments or whatever about that, especially you all Christians here in America who say that Israel is God's chosen people, but they are killing, murdering, and slaughtering the rest of the Middle East, all under the premises that they don't want nobody else in the Middle East to get nuclear weapons when they got over 200. Israel is the only country in the Middle East that has not signed the nuclear peripheral whatever treaty. There's a treaty where every country on the face of the planet signs this treaty, letting everybody know we got nuclear weapons. Israel bought a lot of weapons nuclear in a lot of cases from South Africa. When South Africa began to experience its decline as an apartheid state. Y'all remember that song, I Ain't Gonna Play in Sun City? Man, when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, almost a middle, now I was almost an adult. I was really an adult. South Africa was apartheid, where black people in South Africa could not participate in everyday simple activities in a society where it consists of black people, because colonialists, imperialists, British, United States, Australian, whatever, these people would impose a system upon the black people that was basically amount to slavery. That's where you get the word, in a sense, the ideology of an apartheid state. Black people here in America, let me show you how. When I always tell you, if you don't understand what's going on overseas, you will never understand. Hold on, y'all, give me a second. Let me put the banner up. We need y'all to hit the like button, the share button. Most importantly, like, share button. Make sure you subscribe. I'm gonna put the ticker up down at the bottom. Y'all know what that's there for. But anyway, let me get back. Israel has been named an apartheid state. Black people in America, Hispanic people in America, all the people of America, do you understand that what you're experiencing with the police in your community is a direct result of the tactics that the Israelis implement against the Palestinians? This is why you have to understand what's going on overseas. Classic example, up in Canada. Guess what? They got a trucker blockade and all this. Most people don't know. I've been watching this and I feel bad. I'm going to be real. I could have shined on everybody and 3 months ago told y'all about this trucker blockade, because most people in the world are wanted to be entertained. I could have told y'all 3 months ago about this blockade and then been bragging about it like I'm a prophet or something. But I saw the shit coming 3 months ago. This thing that's happening in Canada did just not happen overnight. That was a result of those people in Canada saying, I'm tired of being tracked everywhere I go. Every place around the world, they are relinquishing their mandates. They're letting people go back to normalcy in a sense. But in Canada, Lawrence Robert, let me read your all's comment. Hey, brother Lawrence said, I have been with you all for 4 years, and I'm staying warm, and I do enjoy. Hey, Lawrence, you've been here from day one. Every video that I've done, I know for a fact that you have watched it. You have been one of the biggest supporters, because it's your emotional, and I guess you could say your emotional attachment to this channel, whereas something makes you believe that if nothing else, whatever I say, even though you might question it, you research it, because you know I'm not saying it just to be saying it. I'm not the kind of news where I am a reporter. No, I am giving you my interpretation of what is being told to us. Again, going back to what's happening in Canada, which goes back to what's happening in Israel with the way the IDF is treating the Palestinians. What is happening in Canada has been facilitated by your government here in America, because just last week, the American government told Canada to use your federal powers, use your court system to shut this down. Do y'all realize we just witnessed the theft on the we as American citizens just witnessed two of the greatest thefts in history that was right before your public eyes, because those truckers up there in Canada had a $10 million GoFundMe campaign. People donated $10 million to these truckers, and then on Give, Send, Go, they had another $8 million, which equals to $18 million that the Canadian government stole from those folk, bruh. They had, matter of fact, hold on. I'm gonna put up articles so that you all can see. Oh, y'all give me a second. Bear with me. There ain't but 6 of y'all watching anyway. And I thank y'all for watching. Hit that like, hit that share. It's going down. But let me do this. I want y'all to understand that they made GoFundMe shut them folks' account down that had $10 million in it, because Canada, Justin Trudeau, he looked like an LGBTQR elemental P ballerina puppet. Look at this boy out there telling men that they gotta wear a mask to do this, that they got to have a pass, saying that wherever they go, as they drive along the highway up in Canada, the highway system, they gotta have mandates saying that you gotta have a pass. These folks was doing this 3 months ago. Now it came to a head. Justin Trudeau just showed you what dictatorship looks like. And it came from your American politicians. When Biden told them last week, let me pull this shit up so y'all won't think I'm tripping. When Biden told them last week, when Justin Trudeau finally came out of hiding, because he hid for a couple of months, he knew what was coming. Now they shut down borders, bruh. These are the working class people. Me, you, everybody that got to get up in the morning and go work a job to pay taxes for others who are either elderly and they done paid their dues, or you got a bunch of people that living below us. I ain't gonna say below us because shit, I ain't nobody. But you got a bunch of people who get paid on the welfare system out of your tax money. So these folks in Canada are saying, look, we don't want this no more. Justin Trudeau just initiated laws under the Federal Emergency Act in Canada, according to Canada, where they can seize the bank accounts of these truckers. Not only that, but on spot, the police can come up there, find out who they are, cancel their insurance, suspend their drivers, their CDL license. Here in America, we call them CDLs. They can suspend that shit on the spot just because they don't like what the truckers are doing. I saw it 3 months ago, and again, I could have shined on everybody. Like 3 months ago, I could have said something about it, but 3 months ago, I was barely having a place to stay myself, because I'm one of those working classes. You're one of those working class people who got to get up every morning, go work a job to pay your way through society. And then on top of that, you're paying taxes to fund government programs that benefit people who don't want to get up and work. So you're caught in a situation, just like I'm caught in a situation, but I see what's going on. Your government here in the United States told the government of Canada to enact federal emergency federal responses to that convoy. Why does that matter to us in America? Because your fucking government told them to do it in Canada, which allowed Canada to suspend and confiscate $18 million from those truckers. They literally stole $18 million from those truckers to GoFundMe and Give Said Go. They stole $18 million because GoFundMe had 10 million and Give Said Go had 8 million. And Canada say under emergency federal response, which the United States told us really to do, we're going to take this. Not only that, they put out in front of you that they supposedly, allegedly had a hack. They had a hack into all the truckers' personal information. Only a state-sponsored government hacking organization could have done something like that. Understand what's really going on. If you are watching the television, and even if you're on your phone watching ABC, MSNBC, Fox, CBS, if you're watching that, notice they are the same ones who are telling you that in Russia, they're ready to invade the Ukraine, but they're not telling you that in 2014, your United States government overthrew the government of the Ukraine. They helped sponsor a small revolution and turned it into a situation where they overthrew the government of Ukraine in 2014. They took the rightful president of the Ukraine and banished him. And the United States and other governments put a puppet in Ukraine. It's not about Ukraine. It's not about Russia in that situation, but it's about NATO. Again, y'all remember a couple of videos back where I showed you how this thing really going. How many of you all, I can run back there and get my globe right now. How many of you all really know where Russia and Ukraine is at on a map right now? I'm willing to bet my left kidney and right testicle that 3/4 of you all really right now on this spur of the moment can tell what Ukraine is at. But you got to look at all Europe when it comes down to NATO. You got to look at what's happening. Now, the United States, through NATO, has literally put along the Russian border, through Poland and all these other countries, they have put NATO weapons along the border of Russia. The Ukraine is so important that under the Minsk Treaty, let me find that. I ain't got time to do all that. But under the Minsk Treaty back in the 90s, I think it was the 90s, NATO said that they would not expand along a certain border, a certain point, because Russia had a legitimate concern. Imagine this. Your house is right here. This is your house right here. All your neighbors, your next door neighbor on both sides, the people behind you, the people across the street from you, your enemy is putting weapons in their yards, surrounding you. What would you do? This is what's really going on in Russia. Russia is telling NATO, I see you all expanding from Western Europe. Now your military weapons are placed along my border. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let you all continue to put your weapons right along my fence line? My next door neighbors, the people who live across the street, everybody got weapons pointed at me. And if I let you get to Ukraine, then you have gotten the whole control, basically, of my security. What am I supposed to do? Y'all take that for what it is. It's a game that's being ran on the world's population. One news article, I think it was, I forget which, It was one. Cause see, y'all gotta realize I look at everything. While most people only look at CBS or MSNBC, Fox, or whatever, man, every day I wake up, I'm looking at almost 80 news sources from around the world, and I'm trying to put together everything that they're telling us, and I'm looking for only facts that I can make, that I can gather of facts, because all these articles, whether they right wing, left wing, whatever, moderate, progressive, or whatever, I can sit back and look at all these articles unbiasedly and look at what one truth that they're all telling you. Once you figure out what the truth, we know that Russia is putting troops along its border, but do you know why? Again, because Russia is only trying to defend its fucking borders from NATO. If you don't understand that it's about NATO, if you think it's about democracy, let me ask you a question. What has the United States democracy look like to the country of Yemen? Right now, to the country of Yemen. Most importantly, remember just 3 years ago, they were showing you images in Libya where they had open slave markets. They were trading Africans in Libya and on the open slave market, just like they used to do here. This was 3 years ago. I take that back. It was 4 to 5 years ago. Because that happened when your government overthrew the government of Libya, murdered Gaddafi. Do y'all understand Muammar Gaddafi and what he was trying to do? Do you understand what Saddam Hussein was really trying to do? Do you understand what Iran is doing? And I'm not an agent for none of these people, because that's what they're going to try to make me seem like. That's why they won't allow this channel to be monetized, because I don't give a fuck. It's not about money with me. If I really wanted money, I'm going to be real. I could have been sold out 8 years ago when this real noob behind the news first started. And me and Santa Claus is a witness. He been there with me from day one, just like Brother Lord. Hold on, we got comments. But anyway. Oh, Brother Lawrence, like, the bear symbol represents Russia. Ukraine is located in Eastern Europe. NATO stands for the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. The eagle represents America. America is the modern day Babylon. And Brother Lawrence, I'm not a religious man, but you can go back to the book of Revelation, and I think it's between chapters 19 and 22. They tell you about in the book of Revelation how the American government, going back to when I was telling y'all about maritime law, when you read the book of Revelation between chapters 19 and 22, you're going to see that they're talking about nations that traveled over the seas. This is your book of Revelation, man. So the shit that I'm telling people, Brother Lawrence, they wanna criticize me for the way I say it, because I cuss a little bit. But I'm even quoting your scriptures, and I'm not a religious person. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a Jew. I'm not a Hindu. I don't subscribe to an organized religion. I'm not a Democrat, Republican, moderate, progressive. I don't subscribe to any of that, because once you align yourself with one of those, any particular group, you have created tribalism. I'm the only person really right now, well, I ain't gonna say the only person, but giving black people information, giving white people information, giving God's people information on simply asking questions. So again, Brother Lawrence, with NATO, people have to understand what Russia is looking at. If you called it right out, the North American Treaty Organization, which was created after World War II, which gave the in the military industrial complex all the power. Then President Dwight D. Eisenhower said in his farewell speech, his greatest motherfucking fear was the military industrial complex, which would put the American people in a constant psychological state of war. We just lost a 28-year war against Afghanistan. A bunch of people that don't have running water. Let me ask y'all a question. How to F a group of goat herders in Afghanistan really is a threat to the United States? Outside that heroin that they grow, that the United States government wants to get its hands on behalf of the pharmaceutical industrial complex. That's going back to your crack epidemic and your opioid crisis. When it was a crack epidemic, we as Negroes were going to prison in record numbers because guess who was an architect of the three-strike law back in 92 under Bill Clinton? Joe Biden. Ding, 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 ding. If you said Joe Biden, you won a pack of grape now laters and tangerine now laters. You mix that shit together, it's really fruity. Trust me, I know. But anyway, you have to understand we are being propagandized. And all I do here at the Real News Behind the News is bring you all these news articles that are bombarding us every day from all these different organizations that so-called bring you the news, but really are trying to propagandize you. Brother Lawrence say the United States wants to rob Afghanistan out of their natural secret. They did. It was that. Plus, you got to understand. Remember, if you go back and look at these videos, that these broadcasts that I have been blessed to do with the Real News Behind the News, the creator showed me years ago. Whereas I'm telling you about the opium trade. I put it like this. Again, if you follow me, you understand what I'm going to say. 17 of the 19 hijackers in 9/11 were from Saudi Arabia. Again, if you can't understand when I say Saudi Arabia, Ukraine, if I say Yugoslavia, if I say Australia, New Zealand, if I say any country on the face of the planet, whether it be on the 7 continents, if you can't automatically visualize this shit in your head from a map that you've been taught, you'll never really understand what's really going on, because you don't even know the parameters of the world. That means all you're looking at is your little circle. So when I say that, hold on a second. Yo, give me a second. Hold on. 1 second. Everything's cool. Anyway, I was trying to talk. God damn, I had something else come up. I know I was talking about. Hold on, I'll tell you exactly what it was. Give me a second. I'm trying something different, y'all. You know, I'm the broke version of the news. I'm not like those corporate sponsors, but let me give y'all a little background on myself that I might not have put out there publicly in the past. I've worked in the I guess you could say the media production industry quite a bit in my life. First job I got back, I had when I got to Shreveport, hold on a second, was working at an NBC affiliate here in Shreveport, at the local NBC affiliate. In the military, my job was photographer. I was basically unbeknownst to myself, I was being placed in a situation to understand how we are being lied to today. I've seen it through the military. I've seen it through actual working for a broadcast affiliate, the NBC affiliate here in Shreveport. I ain't gonna say no more about that because I don't need them trying to sue me. But hold on, let me go up to here. All right, I'm just trying to pull up this show, this broadcast. I'm gonna share it to my Facebook while I'm doing it. Y'all give me a second. And tonight, the title of this broadcast is Game 101. All right, oh yeah, I'm fine. All right, tonight, the title of this broadcast is Game 101. All right, so we good right there. All right, oh yeah, I'm fine. Y'all give me a second. Y'all give me 1 second. Give me just 1 second. I'm trying to upgrade this broadcast, y'all. So y'all gotta bear with me. Y'all still a ghetto version of the new. But I'm trying to do things right now to actually take this platform to another level. I'm hoping that this video doesn't get blocked. Hey, what's going on? Smoking a dark horse? No, I'm not smoking a dark horse. I'm actually smoking a black mouth. Can't afford to get a pack of cigarettes, so doing shouldn't be smoking. Period. But yeah, better than what I couldn't smoke what I wanted to smoke on YouTube. Hold on. All right. Now give me just 1 second. Hold on a second. I'm trying to share this to Facebook. So I'm trying to connect all my social media posts, my social media platforms to one, whereas I can, effectively monetize this shit because I don't get no support from nobody. And you know why? Because even though God has blessed me over the last few years to be a part of a lot of historical partakings here in Shreveport, Louisiana. I don't take a lot of money from a lot of people. So a lot of people have given me money over the last year or so, but it's not to support what the Real News Behind News does. It's to support the person that I am. And I remember people like Ryan and D and Trent, Terry, and all my family, Nebraska, here, Shreveport, everybody came through at a point in my life this time last year where I was really suffering something that I had never suffered in my life. And millions of people suffered it because of the pandemic. But that's a whole different subject. Let me either way, let me see if I can share this shit. But right now, I want to try to give y'all a game. If nothing else, make you think a little bit different. Let's see. Edit this. Hold on just 1 second, y'all. Let me edit this. And if you are watching me on Facebook right now, you all know what I'm doing. One second. Live right now on YouTube. All right, we're good. let's look and see what you all comments are saying. I don't know. Michelle, I'm just calling Miss Do because I don't want to mispronounce your name. But now I'm not smoking a dark horse. That shit that will kill you. And notice that shit really only in our neighborhoods. But anyway, you can't go to the white neighborhoods in Shreveport and buy no dark horse. Anyway, oh no, that ain't what I wanted to do. All right, y'all give me a second. I just want to make sure this shit is up and running on Facebook real fast. Okay, yeah, I think it's up and running on Facebook. No, that was my Facebook post. Y'all give me one more second, man. I know, y'all. But guess what? I ain't did this shit. I ain't did a video in almost 3 motherfucking months. So, and guess what, though? Even though we don't be doing, God has blessed this channel. Whereas, even though I don't be doing video consecutively and consistently, we are still gaining subscribers. Although YouTube is pushing our channel to the bottom of the analytics. You got to look at analytics and the logarithms that they use. This channel is one of the most suppressed channels on YouTube. And not trying to brag like I'm just some, but really this channel should have at least 20 to 30,000 subscribers. But even though I'm not doing my job by being consistent with bringing these broadcasts, we still gaining at least 5 subscribers within a 7-day period, to the point we almost at 1,400. We are now really at 1,460 subscribers. Do you realize that 400 of those subscribers came over the last 8 months? When I really wasn't doing videos because I was going through my personal situation. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. But anyway, let me make sure. Anyway, we're not going to even worry about that. I'll share it later. So let's go back. What we was talking about. What's the last thing I said? I was talking about Ukraine. I was talking about how Canada, all these things are being portrayed to us here in American media. Whereas we like to think we're conscious. Let me ask y'all a question. Just imagine Donald Trump would have collaborated with GoFundMe and Give Set Go to confiscate the whole bank account of Black Lives Matter. How you think that shit would have played out on American television? And he would have got away with it. In Canada, they got away with stealing $18 million from them people, bro. And all them people are simply saying was, man, fuck. Everybody here in Canada, almost 90-some percent of the people in Canada have already been vaccinated. So guess what? Why are you mandating everybody else? This is what it's all about. Going back to Israel. If you're not understanding why Amnesty International has just designated Israel as an apartheid state, you won't understand why the police are beating the crap out of you in your own neighborhoods here in America, in the Black communities especially. You'll never understand that the money we give to them on a weekly basis, over $10 million a week, for their security and defense, when they have nuclear weapons. Does Iran have a nuclear weapon? Does Syria have a nuclear weapon? Does Yemen have a nuclear weapon? Does Iraq have a nuclear weapon? Does we don't know about UAE, United Arab Emirates. We don't know about that. We don't know about these other countries, but we know for a fact that Israel has almost 300, or at least 100, that they got from South Africa, another apartheid state. Do y'all realize how deep this is, man? How big it goes? I mean, my big brother Craig Lee one time told me, say, Man, Rob, this thing is in layers. It's like an onion. The more you peel off one layer, you find another layer until you get to the center. That's why they tell you to think outside the box. They don't want you to get outside that box and think. Because as long as you're thinking outside of a box, that means you're inside of a box trying to see what the heck is going around you, what's going on around you. But when you get outside that box and you're able to see from a 360-degree view, that's why I love these 360 videos. And I'm gonna start doing a lot more in there. I got a lot of ideas that I'm coming up with, but I just don't have the money. So y'all see that little shit going down at the bottom. If you like what we do, hey, even hit the cash app. But most importantly, make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you hit that like button, because as long as you hit the like button, the algorithms and analytics that YouTube will use to suppress this channel will be null and void. It'll be really rendered null and void by your likes, by your shares, especially sharing it to your social media platform. You on Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever you own, please share this video. Click that share video, hit copy link and share. This is what will help bring awareness to all God's people. But I do it in particular for my people, black people, because I'm like the only news source out there that's going to make you ask questions about what you're being told. And even if you don't like me or whatever, when you ask the questions that I ask, it starts to make you doubt what you're being told by those who control literally what you see. Remember how I always tell y'all that Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos controls 90% of what you see on a day-to-day basis? Think about that. Most of y'all will let that go over your head, but through Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, YouTube, Google, Amazon, do you realize those two men control all those platforms? So what you're seeing, even when it comes to them showing you, like if you're on YouTube, you notice that you can go look at the news at MSNBC, ABC, but they don't recommend the real news behind the news. Up there in that little scrolling block, where they showing you ABC, MSNBC, and Fox, and all, they don't show my shit, because I am not a news organization to the point where I'm like a journalist. I am, although I do a journalistic point of view, my point of view is to get you to ask questions. So basically, I'm more of a news analyst. I analyze what everybody is telling me, and I put all the facts from the left to right, the Christian, the Jew, from the pro-abortion, pro-life, LGBT, straight. I put all that together and gather the facts, man. And I give you my opinion. And when my opinion comes forth, it's in the form of a question. Why the hell is Russia doing what they're doing? Why should we be worried about what's going on over in Israel, especially now that they have been designated as an apartheid state? Oh, that should hurt a lot of you all Christians, especially you Christians who are Zionists and who believe that those are the people who God says are supposed to be ruling right now, when even in Revelation it says the synagogue of Satan. Y'all just go in that. I'm not gonna go no deeper in that, but just y'all do your research. Hold on, let me, matter of fact, I'm gonna give you the scriptures. Go look, so the YouTube can't block me. Y'all give me a second. I want to be real, and I'm trying to upgrade this channel, so y'all bear with me a second. Synagogue of Satan. Motherfucker. Man, I don't give a fuck. Y'all got give me a second. I just got a little piece of new equipment. I'm trying to integrate into this broadcast. Synagogue of Satan. Synagogue of Satan, Revelation. Let me read this to y'all. Revelation, Synagogue of Satan. Let me read it to y'all. This is Revelation 2:9. And I'm not going to read too much. I just want to get this and give you my interpretation of this thing. And how you got to understand. Again, going back to what I told you. Matter of fact, I'm going to do, even though I'm not a Christian, Muslim, or Jew, I'm going to do a video. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that video tonight. Go back and get this paper. I did 2 years of research on this back in the 90s. And I'm going to explain to you all how Revelation 19 and all that is right here in our face, because it's talking about the kings of the earth, the commercial system of the earth. That's why Revelation 13:16, when it says, he calls everybody, small, great, rich, poor, free or bond, to take a mark, lest that you had not this mark, you would not be able to buy or sell anything. Do y'all realize how it's going down with the trucker when you look at this? But it's bigger than that. I'm going to show you how the kings of the earth play a part of it from Revelation. I'm going to do this for y'all. Thank you, Miss Du. I'm just calling Miss Du because I don't want to pronounce your name wrong. But I thank you. You say you love this show. Hey, I'm grateful to that because again, all I'm trying to do is in an entertainingly fashion get you all to ask questions about real shit that matters. Because the Super Bowl, it came and went, Christmas, New Year's, but guess what? We still got to pay these bills. Now they're talking about gas is about to be $100 and some a barrel. That equates to, in certain states, $7 a gallon for gas. Here in America, when we're playing games as Americans, we're so brainwashed that we're playing games for our politicians. Well, anyway, let me see. Anyway, I got a lot of shit going on, y'all. I was not prepared to be broadcasting this long. But since I'm here again, I'm going to say everything that y'all see every other nigga on YouTube say. Please hit that like button, hit that share button. And if you can, see that shit down at the bottom, please hit that too. But make sure that you are subscribed because I am going to be going live regularly. Now, I've been blessed in a situation where I can actually support myself and do this, have a little extra time, whatever, to dedicate to bringing you all the real news behind the motherfucking news. Y'all hear me say, oh. And I remember a lot of you all, see, this what makes me different. I do this for the hood. And there would have been a lot of people who would have loved to sponsor this broadcast early on and literally been able to control the message. I'm not here to try to make friends. I'm here to just try to put out a point of view that I believe the true and living God, the one true creator, wants for all mankind, no matter what tribe that you subscribe to, religious, political, social, or whatever. There's only one truth. And I'm trying to be that one person to get us to ask that question. You notice, I don't never call myself a prophet, but how come it is that everything that you all who have been following this channel, subscribe to this channel, I don't like to say follower, Brother Lawrence and everybody else that has been a subscriber to this channel, like Brother Lawrence said almost 7, 8 years ago. Go back and look at the comment. Whatever I ever said that I have been blessed to say by the Creator, Brother Lawrence, that has not come to true in our lifetime. Now, your false prophets at church, your pastors, them niggas gonna tell you, I see a future for God gonna have you with a Beamer. He ain't telling you that you got to pay almost $600, $7 a month for that Beamer. So the false prophets are going to be accepted in these last days. And again, I was going back to Revelation. I finally got it up right here. Y'all gotta excuse me. This device here runs very fucking slow. But I'm gonna bring y'all up to this point of revelation about that synagogue of Satan. Motherfucker. In a second. Synagogue of Satan. Synagogue of Satan, Revelation.
This came back from a search.
Bitch, I know. I actually put a search, didn't I? And guess what? This mother talk to you. This is one reason why I've been telling y'all, when I be telling us, one of the main things as black people we gotta do is getting control of our children again, is taking away these damn phones and these smart devices. Because most people use this shit for entertainment and allow it to raise your children. How can you get mad at the kids for all the stuff that they're doing right now when it's the parents themselves who are controlled by the technology and letting that technology babysit their kids? Robert Carson. What's going on, Robert Carson? How you doing? I keep up doing. Man, all I'm doing, Brother Carson, is just doing. I'm doing something that really I could be doing something else. You know, really illegally to try to take care of something I need to take care of before we got the next. My son's birthday coming up. I'm just really trying to be a blessing, because I know no matter what is facing me in the future, the Creator is going to provide me with the material, the finances, or whatever I need, if it's just exactly the amount that I need. So I'm doing what I do here, and it's not good work. It's just paying back for all the blessings that the Creator is blessing me with. If you put that together, by me doing what I need to do for my son, who I ain't seen in almost 2 years, and I'm drove. I gotta try to come send him money for his birthday in 2 weeks, and I'm here right now doing this just because I'm looking forward to the blessing that's gonna come for me simply doing nothing else but giving God's people information. I'm not here to entertain nobody, although I try to entertain you with a little jokes and all this. But notice I ain't been doing the cussing or none of that. I am literally trying to do what it is. Put it like this: over the last 3 weeks, I've had an epiphany. I've realized what the Creator has called me to do. But the difference is, in the last 3 weeks, I've decided to do it. Because everything that I tried to do, from hustling, y'all don't realize over the last few months how, when I was struggling, the street kept me from going under. Even though I got all this education or whatever, I'm gonna be real, the greatest lesson I've ever learned from universities or whatever was on the streets. Yeah. And that's why I do what I do, to touch the people of the streets and be that voice that gives them an opportunity to express themselves. I'm not here to try to be on a Roland Martin or none of these big time platform. Although when they come to Shreveport, I could be a part of their platforms. I don't try to force myself to be seen. I'm doing what I do organically. We have gotten almost getting close to 1,500 subscribers. We had that at one time, but YouTube took almost 4,000 subscribers from us at one point. And anyway, I'm just trying to be consistent. I'm just trying to be that guy who gives the people who understand when I say fuck. Or when I say this bitch ass dude here was on the bus the other day, and he really pissed me off because all he was talking about while he was on the bus, the city transportation here in Shreveport, was some cheerleaders from a particular high school. And I had to say, look, cuz, you're sounding like a pedophile right now. Could you please be quiet? Because we as men, a lot of times, let shit like that go on. Men, just being real. If you a father or grandfather or whatever, and you and some of your homies hanging out, and you anywhere over 25 to 30 years old, and you got a daughter, and one of your partners just happened to make the statement that she gonna be fine when she get 18, you need to check him right there on the spot. We got something going on. Matter of fact, here's Freeport, man. I should have had myself more prepared. Had all these sites put up. I ain't gonna do it. Here in Freeport, we just had another public killing live on Facebook. I ain't gonna call too much, but just remember when you had the about 3-4 years ago when you had the alleged Facebook murder where I ain't gonna even call the name where somebody shot somebody live on Facebook. Well, here we have another video here in Shreveport. Or somebody shot themselves. This indicates it was a suicide. But what the fuck is going on? That people feel like that they got to reach out to Facebook and kill themselves or kill somebody else. What's going on? Is that a symptom? So when they keep telling you that the music, the videos, the video games, the radio, the TV, the movie, when they keep telling you that that does not have a factor on the killing and the dysfunctionality that you see in your day-to-day life, do you realize that they might be lying to you? Why would a person kill themselves on Facebook? I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I was downtown in Shreveport, and you know, you gotta realize from downtown Shreveport, you got the Texas Street Bridge, and you got casinos on this side on Boulder City and casinos on this side in Shreveport. And a lot of people at one point were trying to jump off that bridge. And one day I was downtown and somebody was holding up the buses because I needed to get across the bridge to go to work. I was leaving from one job, going to another, and somebody had the bridge shut down because they were finna talking about they were finna jump off. And after they shut the bridge down and I'm an hour and a half late for work, I'm looking at the spectacle like now, like, you gotta jump. You just shut down all this shit. All this was a stunt. Looking for publicity, because if you wanted to kill yourself, you would have had the news media out there. So when you look at these people killing themselves or killing each other on Facebook, is that more indicative of our society as a culture where we like to see this shit? Because think about that. Let me give you another little history lesson. That's what it's all about with Rome. United States, again, going back to Revelations and all of this, what you're witnessing is a revived Roman Empire here in America. And one of the main things they did to seduce the people, notice I said seduce the people, because they implemented the games, the barbaricness of the Roman Colosseum was a distraction to the people. Well, the people didn't think about how poor they were as long as they could be entertained by these people killing each other in the arena. They were distracted. They were seduced. Now here in America and we're in the modern day world, not only are they going to seduce you with the distraction of entertainment, they're going to sedate you with drugs. This is why Joe Biden them said that they're going to introduce crack pipes. Free for everybody. Motherfucker get a crack pipe faster than he can a motherfucking equal opportunity housing loan. You can get a crack pipe real fast. But try to go to a bank and get a equal loan. Try to get equal interest rates on a housing loan or whatever as a black person. That shit gonna be hard. But you can get a free crack pipe if you're a black person. But anyway, man, y'all, let me go. I gotta go ahead and try to take care of a little something, try to make some things happen. But we're gonna come back again a little bit later on this evening. I really like this, and I guarantee you that we'll be back. Y'all give me a minute.